Hi, and welcome to the Glossy Podcast. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Terri Eagle, the president and CEO of Morilee, one of the most well-known names in bridal fashion in the US. So Terri's joined Morilee with a wealth of experience from leading roles at prominent fashion houses like David Yurman and Tom Hardy. And I think your leadership has been pivotal in kind of driving Morilee's innovation and growth and looking at the brand's continued kind of success in bridal fashion. So can you tell me a little bit more about Morilee's history and its evolution under the last couple of years?
I think it's really quite special when you think about a brand that celebrated 70 years in business last November. We enjoyed a wonderful celebration. And it really earmarked next steps for the future. And we really are addressing and saying to the future. I pride our business in being a wonderful design house. And we design, we manufacture, and we wholesale to a wonderful network of retailers globally. We sell to more than 2,500 retail partners globally. And we truly, and I'm excited by this, and I talk about it a lot, we have a dress for every bride. We have our romantic bride. We have our fun, sassy fashion bride. We have our traditional bride. We have our boho bride. And we truly, in this fabulous design house of Morilee, we do cater to what she is dreaming of for her special day.
Yeah, of course. And building up that special day, the wedding dress is kind of the most important part of that for a lot of brides. How have you felt that wedding dress shopping and the experience has changed recently?
The change in the market has been about the experience. The bride really is enjoying an experience, not that she didn't bring her family and friends along the way, but our retail partners are really engaging with special events, special gifting, and making it memorable.
Yeah, of course. And tell me a little bit more about that. What would that look like for a bride coming in?
Well, with our very special bridal boutiques that we partner with around the globe, I see that they pay a lot of attention in the details of being part of really listening to the bride and letting them know that they are with them for the journey. And they really care, our retailers really care about how they're feeling. I happen to think that they're really wonderful listeners, and they're not selling, they're joining the experience. And that is the game changer. So I take a lot of pride in listening to the relationships that the store owners, the stylist, and also our ambassadors. We have a wonderful group of ambassadors in our network and our boutique stores that really step up their inside knowledge and, really cater to what she's dreaming of. And I also really enjoy watching them insist to have a pop of surprise, meaning you probably don't want to try this dress on, but I think you should give it a try. And I enjoy watching that when I've attended store events and then just the audience that goes with it and how they finally make that selection for their Morilee bridal dress.
Yeah, of course. And, as you've mentioned, the experience has changed somewhat since the pandemic. A lot of the times retailers now are looking to build up that experience even more. And with bridal shopping, that's something that's even more selective and special. How are you doing that in terms of, the designs that you're putting forward? Is there anything unique that you've changed a little bit since the pandemic?
Yes. In fact, when we think about the offerings, and even in the last couple of years, the one thing that's changed the most is in the market, the timeline of delivery. The what I see and what I hear from our retail partners, there isn't a lot of time that they want to wait because they're used to quick delivery. So the day of, oh, sure, I'll wait 3 to 4 to 5 months for the dress. Yes, of course, it still happens to do the special ordering, but the rise on may I have it today exists, and having faster in their arms. They see it, they want it, and they're used to that in the patterns of their everyday shopping. So it's happening. They want it. So we are working very hard to accommodate in stock so that we can be ready to deliver that dress faster on bestsellers than we ever have.
Brilliant. Yeah, I can definitely see that. The Amazon generation wants it now, or even yesterday. And what about the styles themselves? Is there any kind of types of dresses that are more popular now? I've heard that, a lot of brides are looking for more than one outfit. Is that something that you're seeing as well?
That is real. Yes. The ceremony and then the party dress, or just the ceremony dress and then, the after event dress with the friends and family, the dancing. That is a real thing of the wedding assortment, if you will. Yes. So they, there was a time, and it still is happening, where there's a darling shorter version or just a slimmer, sexier version. But I have to say, when I look at our selling reports, it truly is all over the board. There isn't really one focus. There still is the bride that wants the simple and satiny and, sleek look. And then she wants to be the full-on fairy tale bride. She wants to be, the sexy bride. And there is a vision. And I feel that it's even stronger of and I think it has a lot to do with Pinterest, because they get this dream in their mind certainly with Instagram and Pinterest. And they have a vision, very clear vision, and they're on the search. So that's why I think the techniques in selling today is more advising by being a great listener at the store level. And just feeling like, I'm here, I'm your friend, I got you, and let's have fun with this. And not to show them too many, like be a good listener and get, 4 to 6 dresses in the room and keep it focused. And then that, I love to watch some of the stylists, and here's your pop of fun, try it on.
Oh, I love that. I know that curation is becoming really important to customers. I know they've got more choice than ever. It's something that, is valuable when you're usually quite, I'd say, stressed and emotional wedding day shopping. I know I did that a couple of years ago. And you told me there that kind of Pinterest is something that is driving those brides to select certain styles. Is that something that you're looking at in terms of partnerships or advertising on the platform?
Well, we do. Yes, we do advertise on the Pinterest platform. Yes, we're very dedicated to that, to talk to the bride. Certainly our Instagram. And, that becomes very important, that they can see, I'd like to be that bride. So it's important. And it works both ways for us as the brand and the retail partner as well, to be extremely strong on the marketing with the Instagram, TikTok, and all of it. Because, I have a few partners across the United States that just do an amazing job on their TikTok, on their Instagram, and have fun in their own store with their own stylist and dance around and, play bride for the day, play bride like we did with, I'll admit it, I have a Barbie collection that I still love. And so I kind of envision these stylists playing Barbie with all these fabulous dresses and putting on TikTok, and it's so fun. And it energizes and excites the bride to get to that store for that purpose, that I think I'm going to have fun with these stylist ladies in this store.
Yeah, of course. No, I totally get that. I've seen a couple of things on my TikTok where you see stylists kind of try on dresses and give different selections and looks. So I'm sure there's a lot kind of going on in that social media space. And obviously with TikTok, you have a younger demographic, a slightly younger bride. Do you find that they're looking for something different from you as well?
The younger bride is looking for, they seem to not be as decisive as they were in the past. So they really are giving a lot of thought if they have the time. And then if they're on a tighter schedule, then it goes back to hoping that we can deliver it fast. So the styling has been truly remarkable that it's still, yes, trends happen in bridal. However, I see for my time here with Morilee, when you look at what they gravitate to, one thing that's happening right now is anything with a hint of color or a little flower or that delicate look of romance is really appealing right now. So I'm watching that, which makes me smile that, I'm a romantic kind of gal, and it looks very romantic but yet sexy to the look. So they get like both looks, like that romantic flower, just a hint of color, and with a really beautiful shape, and you kind of enfold all in one.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. I know that, traditionally people do tend to go for white, but I am seeing more and more kind of diversion in styling and weddings. It feels like there's a lot more going on and it can become a bit more of an event, I guess, than just like a family or religious occasion. And I guess in terms of what you're seeing right now on the business side, are there any kind of unique challenges or opportunities that you're seeing in the bridal industry today?
For us, we really try and dedicate ourselves to be great marketers, and be a strong marketing partner, because that is what has changed. For us, we have to continually be innovative on what will motivate the bride to want to attend a sip and see event, a glass of champagne, sip champagne, see a show in a store, or a special collection. Trunk shows are really no longer the way of the world. But making a mini event and inviting and making someone feel special. We are doing ongoing. We have creative sessions here about driving traffic on a special event and showing the collection that way. And the stores are really receptive to it, and I feel they appreciate the attention to this concept of really focusing on how great is our mutual marketing.
Yeah, of course. And I'm sure that that must be across many different channels. I know that you've probably got an email list. Is that something that kind of drives some of that traffic for you guys?
Yes, and also the cross marketing is so important because we can post on our website, they can post on their website. We cross market on the Instagram, and it's extremely effective if we both get it together and make it happen together.
Yeah, of course. And, I know that with the wedding season, that probably involves quite a lot of very strategic planning in terms of staying competitive. And as you mentioned, the kind of delivery schedule as well. Is there any other kind of challenges in that area around that kind of planning stage?
There sure is, Zilphia, because there really isn't that traditional time anymore. Meaning, in the biz, when I first started, it was like, okay, Christmas, Hanukkah, holiday, New Year's, and they're going to march in January. And yes, it's busy in January, but now we must be prepared every month to be ready for the bride. Because I see the shopping pattern is not that huge flux like it was pre-COVID. Now it's more whimsical. Like they show up and, oh, we're getting married in a month. Oh, I need the dress today. Oh, can you deliver in 2 months? And I pride myself. I do enjoy my top retailers. I offer it up. Well, call me if you really need it. I'll try and find it. I'll call the factory myself. And I'm extremely involved to make sure we deliver the dress and that we can be part of the day. And it's, it's great. We have our own artisans in our company owned factories. And I'm very proud of the group that hand sews, the pattern making, the touch, the feel. We know how many hours it takes to make the dress. And I take a lot of pride in that there's, it's has a lot of heart in the dressmaking in our Morilee company. And I'm proud of that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a lot of work that goes into the craftsmanship behind wedding dresses, and with more elaborate designs comes kind of more elaborate crafts aspects. Is that something that you're kind of doing okay with on the hiring front? I know that that's something that a lot of people right now are kind of concerned with. Is that evolution of crafts going to continue across generations? Do you find that you're having kind of younger craftsmen or craftswomen interested in continuing in those traditions?
We are. In fact, we have a beautiful recent addition to the line that's hand painted. It's so gorgeous, hand painted, and to me, it's one of a kind. I haven't sold it yet, I'll tell you, but it is beautiful. It just shows the level of what we can do with our artisans, and I'm mesmerized by that level of talent. We have a very diversified age range, so we have a fabulous talent pool on the manufacturing side with our factories. Mm-hmm. And then, I wanted to share, Zofia, with you today that I also, on the design team side, it was just announced yesterday, I have partnered with FIT in New York City. We launched our mentoring program, and we have a design lab here in New York City with 4 awesome recent grads from FIT. And it's been a dream of mine. I love mentoring young, new, fresh talent. And I think it's important to keep your business, above the bar and think about the future, the present day, the future day. And it complements the design team that I have here at Morilee that I'm really proud to partner with. And then you have these recent grads, 4 fabulous grads arrived here on Tuesday, bright and early. Mm-hmm. And it was a process. 10 came to the interview right after graduation about 3 weeks ago. 10 went to 5 and 5 went to 4. And we selected 4. And they are just sensational. They're designing, they're part of the studio, they're part of the vision. And I'm really proud of this next venture in the legacy of our Morilee Design House.
We're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, and we'll be right back. That's amazing. Yeah, I know that when I kind of wrote about the company, it was also focusing on, how you're I guess getting more involved with the fashion space through the campaigns and the photography. Joining with FIT also kind of links you back to the more traditional kind of fashion space. Is that something that you're anticipating becoming kind of more popular in your collections as well?
I think so, yes.
Brilliant. And obviously with the FIT, what are you looking for, I guess, from these 4 design graduates?
Well, I want them to truly understand, this has been communicated, that they respect the the heart of Morilee and the traditional consumer that has been with us for all these years, and that we, continue to lead the way with great design in many levels. So from the bride that wants a great looking dress but an affordable dress, they want a dress that is magical. They want a couture dress. We have everything. When I say we have a dress for every bride, I love it because we can accommodate what works for the vision, the price, the look, and also the quality and the fit. We are known for our great fit, for wearing a beautiful dress that you can find within your goal of your budget.
Yeah, of course. And budgeting has become, all the more important. Have you got any kind of specific lines that address maybe a slightly more price conscious bride?
Yes. In fact, we have a line that is called Amy and Eve, and it ranges at the suggested retail range of $900 to $1,499. And they're great, fun, sassy, sexy, wonderful dresses, they're wonderful. And what a great price there. So yes, we brought that to market a few years ago, and we're continuing to enjoy success in that category. You can, as you're talking to the bride when they come in, and you understand what their range is. We need a range to be able to talk to this category, and then the heart of Morilee. $1,500 at U.S. retail suggested, up to $5,000 in the Morilee range. And then we have our couture range, which is suggested retail from around $4,000 retail up to the hand-painted dress I told you about at $20,000 retail. And yes, the fabrics are different, and the design and the amount of fabric and the look. But I pride myself that we have this really special line to be able to showcase.
Yeah, of course. And that's a very broad range.
And Sophia, it's fun to see my mom was a Morilee bride. I'm a Morilee bride because of the number of years we've been in business. So I was recently in a store and the mom was with her daughter and she was so proud. I was a Morilee bride, and I'm not sure if the bride was ready yet, but sure enough, she bought the Morilee dress and she bought a really beautiful luxe, I would say, and a little higher price point. But she looked fabulous and her mom was so happy, and it was sweet to see.
Yeah, and I'm sure that kind of, I guess that reputation through the generations is something that you're continuing to build on, and lifetime value is maybe something you don't really get quite as much in the wedding industry, because you only end up wearing your dress, once, maybe, a different couple of weddings. But is that something that you're looking at right now? How to kind of maintain that collection with your customers over the course of their life as well?
Yes, we've thought about doing some marketing around that to celebrate the mom and the daughter. The years of generation of Morilee, that I think is beautiful, and also we actually have the whole family. So the bridesmaids, we have the special occasion, and so I get a kick out of what we can do to dress the whole bridal party.
Yeah, of course. There's so many kind of evolutions now. You've got, as you said, the kind of after party dress, you've got bridesmaid dresses. There's a lot of kind of new areas of opportunity for the wedding industry as it kind of continues to grow. The last kind of figures that I've seen are forecast to increase by 13.6 billion up until 2028. So it feels like there's a lot of growth opportunity there. For you in terms of business development and expansion, what are you looking at right now?
Thank you for asking this. For expansion, it will be in terms of really focusing on the core of Morilee and the heartbeat of Morilee, to keep very focused on why we are so successful with this core amazing business, the Morilee business, and the dresses within this, but really focus on the heartbeat of where we are with Morilee. And then as we look at the extensions of the business in terms of the bridal, I think what will be really interesting to see is the new designs that come from my design team and the additions of the design lab, and meshing all these generations together, and outcomes, surprise. And I will also incorporate my panel of experts, some top bridal retailers that have partnered with us for so long, and they have such a great eye. So we don't do this by ourselves. We design to a story, to a look, but then it has wings, and let that fly to touch all these brides. So we're not going to be just narrow on it's this one look that we're known for. We will continue to talk to all brides.
Brilliant. And obviously you mentioned that kind of retail partnerships and those experts. Are there any insights, I guess, that you've had from them that have been really interesting or kind of pivotal in terms of how you're approaching the business?
We have our ambassador group in our company. They're also shown on our website, and they're brilliant. They are magical, this fabulous group. It's across the United States for now. We're talking about doing it globally. Store owners and our ambassadors join together, and they share the great, the good, and we probably should work on this. And we talk in a round table and have great ideas and share with each other what's working, what's not. We try and get ahead of things. If we're encountering something that's happening in the market, we talk about it. And we talk about events. We talk about best practices in marketing, what's happened with selling. And we all have learned so much from each other to be better with understanding today's bride. And I'm really, really very thankful for the group that is with us on this journey. And, we have so many wonderful retail partners that really care about the business. We're here because of them. And I really spent a lot of time with my team that, we don't have retail stores. We have our retail partners. And, as long as we all listen to what's happening and we can talk about it. And right now we will be as great as we can be if we keep our eye on the ball of the marketing. And that's my whole vision right now is just, and what does that mean? That we're listening to what she wants, the end consumer bride, and how do we address that? And it's not what I think looks good or somebody in my office or design. We're going to do the best we can do and then be smart as a team. The best retail community does the best bridal sales, the best ambassador group, and continue to learn from each other. What does she want? And try and meet those needs ongoing. I love this next journey for me. With this next evolution of a bride. It challenges all of us, from my marketing team to the sales team to the retail partners, and 70 years, and now my journey is what do we do for the next 70 plus? So it's it's a beautiful brand, beautiful company, and I've always loved weddings. So it's been a natural for me to be part of the Morilee family because I just enjoy them. And I also love going to, when I talk about it, if there's a special event in the store, if I can get there, I get a kick out of it. And it does give me good business ideas because honestly, the whole family is standing in the store. So I love that. Ooh, that's a lot of business standing there. those bridesmaids, those moms, those guests, those cousins. Bride, you've got your dress now. What are we doing with all those people? So anyway, because we have it. We have great colors. We have beautiful dresses, and then you tie that whole family together to live in this Morilee dress. And I hope we can continue to touch everyone that arrives to see the beautiful Morilee on, and then they dream of their dress too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, as you said, the white wedding dress bride might be taken care of, but it's time to address everyone else in the room. So excited for that in that case. All right, well, thank you so much, Terri, for coming on to the Glossy podcast. I believe that's everything from me. Really, really appreciated you having on.
Wonderful to see you today and spend time with you and everything. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Glossy podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening. And get more from Glossy with our daily newsletter sent out each weekday morning. Visit glossy.co/newsletters to sign up.